EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Denver Broncos. Able to slither by, and they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Allen going to throw. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Pat Surtain getting down from his corner spot to make that play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. Pass complete down to McClure. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this 1st drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the 1st quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
A beautiful fake. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the gun, Jackson. The gun is made complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down. Here's Barkley again. And they'll be inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49ers' 26-yard line.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. The tight end in motion right. A short throw to Ingram. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 25 yards that time.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. Barkley. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Barkley again. And once again, he's going to be pushed backwards. This time back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
He'll try to pick it up himself, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And bulldozing his way through. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, 49ers.
Now Allen. Got a man. That's IU. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Allen. Oh, nice move. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. A gain of 22.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
To throw, it's Allen. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Allen again. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. McCaffrey is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Puka Nakua. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Here's Jackson. He finds Sutton, crossing the formation complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flip.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Brings up third down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Throwing is Jackson. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A first down carry for Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this time will be intercepted. Trip McDuffie with a pick. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Allen off the play fake. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First down, San Francisco.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. McCaffrey running up the middle. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. to the air. Allen. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Looking to put a drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the play. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now it's Jackson. A short throw to Ingram. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Again, Jackson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And on the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 40 yards. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Alonso looked to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
First down. A pickup of 2 yards. And a 49er first down.
And they will take a knee here. Second and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Denver's offense now set to go. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.